Hi there, my name is Amy Murphy and I'm here in Fredericton, New Brunswick at my studio called Yoga Grow, and this video is entitled Flow for Gardeners. So it is a constant moving practice that it is aimed towards those who garden, who spend a lot of time getting low to the ground. It's very much a hip opening practice, but it does add some strength, some glute stability, some good stuff, some heat. Short practice, but a strong one. Hope that you enjoy. It's appropriate for anybody looking for a good hip opener and, of course, some strength. You'll lay on your back to begin. Your quick adjustments to rather auto lengthen the body, decompress it, include pushing into the back of your skull. Let your middle back pump up to the ceiling. Your chest will lift. Now slide your shoulder blades a little farther down your body. They don't come together, they stay wide, but they're just placed a little bit deeper below chest. Slowly imprint your middle back onto your mat yet again. You'll feel shoulder blades right and left, but you'll definitely feel some definition, some space between them, some shape. Dig hard into your heels. Your knees buckle a little bit. Pull your butt up. Do this pseudo bridge pose. Pull your hips down towards the backs of your knees. Re-land your longer low back down. And I'll refer to that slide of your butt down to your heels as pulling on the tablecloth. So the whole length of your lower back and really your entire back changes when you do that. Walk heels together, dig heels away from you and fan your toes, fan your hands, slam the nail side of the hands into the floor. And take a few breaths like this. You can readjust shoulder blades and that tablecloth of the low back fiber anytime that you need to. Time and breath can give you more space, so take the space that it gives you. Bend your right knee and hip, haul that right leg in close to your body. In simple grip, hang onto it with both hands. Nothing too specific just yet. Haul this right knee in towards your chest. And allow the greatest benefits to happen in the left leg. You could lift the left heel, re-straighten that leg, and do all that you can to get your long left leg away from your deeply bent right hip. You can condition the strength of your low back into the floor by physically rounding the low back against your mat. Definitely begin to learn the situation of cupping your belly up towards your ribs. Now push the front side, the side just below the chest, that piece of the rib cage down, and also pull your elbows down. So just for a quick repeat, it is a hard reaching left heel, the based leg. A defined lower back that is muscled into the floor, a belly that scoops up, front rib cage, and both elbows have a really great downward pressure down to the floor, down to your heels, those two directions. Stay in your same strong shape. Do a few loops, a few circles with this right ankle. Relax the ankle, leave the foot hanging, and then circle this right thigh bone. Haul this right knee very wide and up towards your right armpits. The legs are more split. You'll naturally have more abdominal space, greater width from hip to hip. Keep that left heel dug away from you, and now pass your foot into your right hand. Stay briefly in a pigeon shape. Let your fingers wrap the blade side of this foot. Your left thumb is on the arch or the ball of the foot. Right hand has stepped itself to the inside of your thigh. I'll just hold this shape. If you really want to, you could do a joint rocking left to right, but for my purposes today, I just push my knee away from my chest and a little bit up towards the ceiling. It's a straight up pull with the left hand, with the foot hand. I keep both of my hands in position. My left heel starts to slide in. Suck your guts in, feel your lower back fill itself onto the floor. Do step that left footprint down. Now put the pointy piece of your right ankle onto your bent legs. You're in a grounded figure four is how we will refer to it. And you just might have caught that. I did lift and lower my low back yet again. You can do that at home or do that whenever it feels intuitive. Don't stop yourself from changing that tablecloth of your back. Use both hands to pressurize your thighs. Heel of your hand at the very upper part of each thigh bone. Shove your legs away from you. Also pull the skin, the muscle, even your pants a little bit towards the knee end of both thighs. So it's this slope of your leg bones escaping your pelvis, a self-traction. And then more is more. Let your belly go in and down and your low back strengthen onto the floor. You traction the other end of your body by leaning into your ears. Your neck gets longer. Try to keep the spirit, the space, the gain that you have in your low belly and your compressed hips, but do grab into your traditional figure four. Guts just get stronger as your fingers grip the back side of left thigh bone. Your right elbow really sharpens into your right leg. Your elbows, your arms are working. You've got a great grip in your hands. You sort out a way to have a calm chest, a heavy head. So you want that great contrast all the time. Parts of you working, parts of you smoothing and relaxing. Widen both elbows. Keep the hands in their place. Look up towards the ceiling and watch the right heel unplug from its place. Kick that heel up as high as you can. With tension, straighten the right leg down towards the top of the mat so it becomes the grounded leg. Your hands are still in place at the back of your thigh. Kick that left heel up. We move into a left hamstring stretch. Slide the basket grip of the hands right down to the very middle part of your hamstring, so it should feel pretty round, pretty meaty, pretty full. Push your hamstrings so far into your hands that your elbows are forced straight. Pull your toes back towards your face. And then keep this tension. You'll do a self-contract, relax. Push your thigh into your hands for 4. The whole leg line squeeze for 3, 2, and then bend your elbows. Allow this hamstring to travel a little closer to you. Take up your intuitive slack. Your left sit bone, your left butt point is pulling the tablecloth of that low back a little more taut as you do this. Nothing too forceful. 2 or 3 more breaths. Heavy elbows, calm chest. And then put the words, the thought of wide hamstrings into your mind as you now take happy baby between sides. And then start over. Haul the left knee in towards your chest. Fingers interlace the top of that shin bone. Your right heel is long along the mat. Natural adjustments take place. You can pump chest, settle shoulder blades, get incredibly heavy in the very tips of the elbows. And just breathe with that hand tension, arm tension, calm chest. You learn to lift your belly away from your hip points as if you had suspenders of energy shaping the body so that the front of the hips leans up towards the shoulders. The back body strength goes down the low shoulder blade tips and blends with the sit bone points. Keep your firm hands. Just circle your left ankle, the one that you're holding, in both directions, of course. Let that left foot relax and then circle your thigh bone. And to begin your pigeon prep, you now use the momentum of this circle to haul your left knee up towards your left armpit. You'll notice a much greater ease in the belly, the fronts of the hips. You simply have more room by the time you've made this second shape. Hands loosen up, your foot gets stepped into your right hand. The fingers go directly to the pinky side of the foot. Thumb is on your ball of your foot or the arch. Step your left hand to the inside of your thigh and do that self-adjustment, that manual push of the knee away from you, perhaps a little bit up to the ceiling. The right hand, the foot hand, is a straight up pull towards you. Elbows heavy, chest wide, and breathing. The front suspenders of the hips slide up energetically, so your belly has sunken in, your low back is defined on the floor. Slow, strong, reluctant, you'll see this right heel start to inch its way in. Plant right foot fully. Place point of left ankle onto the bent leg. Self-adjustment. Both hands travel to the upper part of your thigh bones. I'll lift and land my pelvis. You might want to do that. Push thigh bones out from pelvis and a little bit towards your knees. You might feel an automatic temptation to lengthen your neck, back of the skull, push into your ears. Traditional figure 4. Keep that width and length in your belly. Grab right hamstring. Use left elbow to steer thigh bone away. Low back is imprinted on the floor. Gaze up at the ceiling. Pronounce this shape one final time using your elbows and your heavy low back. And then see that left heel kick up to the ceiling. Define the whole leg line. Let it be heavy and strong as it pushes through the air and eventually lands. Once it is grounded, the right heel stretches long. Your hands walk a little farther down for most people so that your hands are basket gripping mid-hamstring. Let your leg push so hard into your hands that your elbows are straight. You keep the elbows straight. Foot is fanned back. Low back is super strong. Guts up. Push leg into hands for 4, 3, 2, and for 1. Bend your elbows. Let this right hamstring travel a little closer towards you. No force. You're changing the length of the low back, the way that muscles bend over the right sit bone. The tablecloth gets tighter. And this time we'll exit with strength. Before we move on, let's add in a bridge pose. I treat bridge pose like a sealant for the body. It puts things in their order again. You can haul your heels in tight to the sit bones. In bridge, yes, you do think of the body rolling up, but also think of the vertical ability to gain space from your throat to the ends of your knees. So pull your shoulder blades harder under you. They don't have to get close to the spine, but they get underneath your chest, essentially. Push into the hands and into the feet. And then as your tailbone curls under, not only do you get, again, that uprising, but there's a forwardness to your knees getting stuck out, your shin bones going forward, traction your neck. Let's keep the hands as is for now. Push the floor away. Open the fronts of the hips, yet muscle up the hamstrings. Let them hold the thighs into this place. And breathe. Come down from top to bottom. Let your chest crush down. Skillfully let the front of the rib cage skim down. Your ribs get this heavy, helpful descend. Your belly goes in so that your low back can find its shape on the floor. And just ground. Feel like the hips go heavily, productively into their space. And come all the way around into a downward dog. space and strength. Downward dog, the most easy way, or the way to figure it out without thinking too hard about it, is to do a good plank. And then do your best not to change the distance between the hands and the feet. Pike your hips up. A quick tricep wrap. Keep your eyes on your toes. Bend your elbows out so your head will go down. Spin the points of the elbows farther underneath you so your biceps are almost up by the time you re-straighten the arms. Bend your neck. You look at your fingers. You claw the hands to see some definition in the ends of those fingers. We'll take a couple of down dog squats. Lift your heels. Let your belly pack its way in and up as your knees bend towards your wrists. So it'll appear like a hovering child's pose. Right here, this is heated. It's tricky, but it's a good place to learn the cup of the armpits down. Pull your arms to the floor. You can curl your chin in as you bounce the hips back up. You can lightly descend your heels. 2 more, the heels lift on purpose. Neck bends for travel purposes. Bend knees to wrists. See your fingers grab the floor. Pull your armpits straight down. Pike the hips back up. Last time, lift heels, look forward, armpits down. Fingers grab the floor. Then lift your hips up. Big toes touch. Let your right leg rise high. Your hip crease open. Your knee bend. Be highly concerned with the integrity of the outside of the left hip, the hip that you're standing on. That thigh must roll back and away from you. Lift that left heel, again for travel purposes. Pull your chin into your chest. Let your right knee go wide out to the right, thinking of this butterfly or this tree leg. By the time you're sliding forward, quite high on those left toes, look at your fingers. Take your right knee to your right armpit. Guts up. Have a second here to push the floor away. Cat spine goes up. Guts go up. Tuck your chin. Let that right knee go out to the right and back up to the ceiling. Keep thick on the outer left thigh. Last one, lift left heel higher. You can curl the chin initially as you come forward, knee to armpit. Look at your hands. Suck your guts up. Step the right foot. It goes between your hands, so you have made that good central motion of the rib cage down, the guts up. Come on to tent fingers. If you happen to have blocks at home, you can take those on. You haven't done a back bend besides your bridge pose yet, but think about having a broad open chest, nearly a cobra chest, as your hands are light on the floor or on the blocks. You've done several hip stretches, so don't be overwhelmed with this lunge pose. You can look at my back leg. I start to wiggle, waddle, stretch the left toes back. If the foot is sweating, that's even better. Let that left leg go back. Pull on your mat, pull on that armpit strength backwards, and then delicately land that back knee. Untuck the toes, dig as hard as you can into this right heel. Push the mat away with the heel striking straight down. Just a few breaths in your hamstring stretch. Let the outside, the right side of the right hip, be the absolute heaviest part of you right now. Visualize the suspenders of your pants, your body. The left hip is pulling way up as the outer right butt is pulled way down. If it's in you, keep cat in your low spine. Keep your guts up. Maybe wiggle the fingers a little farther forward. Two more lunge variations before we make our way out of here. Let the right knee almost hit the face, or your knee might tap your nose. Plant the right foot onto the floor. Keep your eyes on that right foot. You will be rather sloped forward in your lunge pose. Arms alongside the ears. Spread your fingers a lot. As your thumbs start to haul you up, pull your butt under you. That butt, that left butt in particular, is pulling the tablecloth of the body down. Touch your hands together. Bend your elbows, get the wrists underneath your head. Remember the many times that you pulled your shoulder blades under your chest when you were laying on your back. Do it here. You might bob the eyes, the elbows down, but then absolutely get those blades under you. Tip your arms up, squeeze the backs of those arms. You can stay rather forward in this lunge pose or pull both butts down and let the front hip Get a little bit more space so you've backed out not too far. Tuck your chin and the front of your rib cage down, fling your arms up, squeeze your elbows, eyes go forward. You've lost the back bend, you're more vertical. Look forward directly as your fingertips frame up this front leg. Without stopping, tuck your left toes. Low runner's lunge with strength. I will shorten my stance a bit because those stretches gave me so much length. Bend your right elbow, open your chest to the right, reach your right arm up. Keep this left hip inching forward, right butt pulling backwards. Your right rib cage is escaping your left one. Your butt stays strong, bend your top arm, frame up this front leg, your belly packs up as your hands go down, and then get cluttered, get close to this thigh. Land your hands but claw your fingers, tuck your chin, look at that front foot. High plank, here your right foot slide back. The fingers grab your mat, lower all the way down to your belly. Push out through the heels, have very supportive hugged ankles. Cobra. Tops of the feet go down, you feel your chest lift, your elbows are going down. The legs are so loaded that the upper body just feels light. Tap chin down, keep these knees sucked together. Take your first child's pose, push the floor away. Inner thighs are on and strong, outside of the hips are wide and heavy. You likely will not have to change much about your arm's length as you haul yourself into a cat pose. Guts up, and then ripple forward into an upward dog. Hips lean towards the hands. I'll shuffle a little bit forward. And because you're warm, do take a full upward dog. Lift your shins, let your biceps go forward, your triceps very much backwards. Tuck chin, squeeze ribs up, guts up, push floor away. Stay on the tops of the toes as long as you can stand it. And definitely lift and flip one foot at a time. That'll keep you in a better distance between hands and feet. If you're totally rolling over both feet, you will constantly be correcting your downward dog shape. Left leg rises, hip crease opens, knee bends. Left armpit stays down. Right heel hikes up. Initially, you start with a chin to chest. As you move forward, jam your knee out to the left. Start to surface your gaze to your thumbs as you touch your knee onto your left armpit. Push your middle spine up, squeeze your chest. Take the knee way out to the left, back up to your three-legged dog. The second one is a little more skillful, but a lot of it is the same. Lift the right heel, tuck your chin, ripple forward, knee goes wide. Look at thumbs, knee goes wider to the left. Consider cat pose, push the floor down, suck your guts up, center your knee, step your foot. Backpack the shoulders on. Now you know what cobra pose is, so let it be alive in your chest. You can look at my back foot, my right one, shuffle it back. Don't be shy about your tractioned long right leg. Take up length. Hands are blocked up or you're clawing the floor. Move chest through shoulders. Pull left butt backwards. Once that's the end of the right leg's range of motion, we tap that right knee down, untuck the toes. Push as hard as you can into the left heel. Suck your guts up. From a reluctant, muscular left hamstring, you start to sink the body back. Vacuum your left butt into place. The heaviest part of you is the out seam, the left seam of the left leg. The right leg that you are standing on is so not forgotten. Squeeze up on the front of the right knee and definitely take the suspender of the right guts up towards chest. Your toes are fanned in front. Keep square, keep low to the floor. Let that left knee almost hit you in the face, or it can hit you in the face. Step your left footprint down. Look down as your arms go forward. These arms are stretching out your side bodies. Thumbs pull you up. Your butt keeps you pinned down. Touch your hands together over your head. Bend your elbows, and that same sort of messiness before you readjust, you can slouch and look down, then absolutely dip the elbows up, lay your head into your wrists, sort out your low shoulder blades. You can stay just like this, leaning into the lunge, or you could pull your butt stronger and down, get more 90 degrees in the right thigh especially, so you're up taller. The parts of you that eliminate your back bend include your chin and your rib cage. Chin tucks down, rib cage flicks down, arms go up straight. Let your fingertips move forward, hollow the belly in. Light hands stay low to the floor, tuck the right toes. The back leg has lifted. Left arm bends, torso turns to the left, and then you reach up. Your low runners twist. Your left butt is actually wagging its way over to the right. The right heel is clicked back. A breath or two to allow the right rib cage to chase the left one. Then bend this top arm, stay incredibly low to the ground, suck your guts up. Fully land your hands and be okay with being super close to this leg. Breathe against this bent thigh, look at the floor. The flow is the same. Slow down that slide to your high plank so you should hear all parts of that slide. Push out through your heel. Your back keeps a cat formation, guts up as you lower to your belly. Elbows should brush the sides of your shirt. Tap the toes down. Let your legs take the pose as you go into cobra. Your butt is actually pulling down on the tablecloth of your back even here. So knock the pubic bone forward. Chin down. Child's pose, squeeze inner thighs, widen outer butt. Ripple forward through cat like it's a rebound. It's the next thing that happens. Hips towards wrists. Grounded upward dog first. You can walk the hands, the shoulders out. Full upward dog. Float your thighs a lot. Even here, your butt is pulling down. Tuck your chin. Let the butt pull down. Actually get you out of here. Squeeze your ribs up. Push the floor away. Make sure that you lift and then re-land one foot at a time. Just before we move on, let's move just into an easy squat pose at the top of the mat. I'll bend my knees. Wide steps, toes stick out, heels are in. You can waddle the hips down or sink right down. Take prayer in the hands, close your eyes. Touch fingertips down, look down, put the kneecaps on your body. Very long legs in your wide-legged flat back. Walk your feet together. Bend your knees, let your hands fully land. Just step back into a high plank. Go straight to downward dog. Minimal add-ons here. Let's do a tricep wrap. Elbows stick out, they wrap under you. Right leg rises, hip crease opens, knee bends. Left heel hikes. Tuck chin initially to start. You're good. Ripple forward. Look at your thumbs by the time you've taken your knee to your right armpit. Just once this time, push the floor down. Let your back get huge. Center your right foot. Step the foot. Backpack the shoulders on now that you're familiar with cobra. Cobra your chest. Big walks back through left foot. Release left knee. Untuck left toes, jam into this right heel, define the right foot. As you take your hamstring stretch, the belly is gapped. Maybe your hands walk away from you. You have to have a vertical slide in the left hip crease. Bend knee into face, ripple forward without stopping. The hands shout forward, they pull up. Touch the spread fingers together, bend elbows. Adjust your shoulder blades under you. Choose to stay forward in the lunge or back out gently. Tuck your chin, flicker the arms up, squeeze your rib cage down. Tense fingers, guts hollow in as you lean over this front leg, tuck back toes, low runner's lunge. Backpack shoulders on, low runner's twist. The right butt wags over to the left, left heel takes your body weight. Wiggle the right foot a little bit wider to the right as you're sneaking this right hand down. By the time the handprint lands, there's more than enough room for your shoulders. So your hands are left, your right foot is right. Turn your toes out, pull the right toes back, let the right knee sway out to the right. So that's just like really a half butterfly pose. Keep it awake, let the left thigh lift up to the ceiling. Your right heel pulls back, your left toes pull forward, Left toes pull forward, right heel pulls back. There's tension from foot to foot. We stay on our hands this whole time through strength of shin bone. That right knee moves in towards the right arm. The footprint lands. Your add-on is, well, that was an add-on, but now you really spiral the elbows forward. Elbow creases forward. Take one chaturanga still in your lunge. Your low back most definitely spreads. Your eyes are on your mat. Push the floor away, your traditional push-up. And then let this right leg slide outside of the mat and back into your high plank. Low plank, up dog. Down dog. Left leg rises, hip crease opens, knee bends. Right heel lifts, chin tucks to initiate your knee wide to the left up to your armpit. Suck your guts up, push the floor away, make room to center your knee, step your foot. Immediately pack the shoulders on, the right toes walk back, not so discreetly. Once they finalize that, dip the back knee down, untuck the toes, dig into your left heel, lean back into your tricep stretch, your hamstring stretch. The outside of the left thigh is down, the front stripe of that right hip is up. Arms could walk away from you. Without stopping, buckle your knee into your face, move forward to step that left foot down, strike the hands forward, butt goes down as you pull up. Touch the widespread hands, bend the elbows, hold your head. You can slouch in before you absolutely pull up and out of the hips. Pointed elbows. To eliminate back bend, dip the chin down, the ribs down, flick the arms up. The belly swallows in as you frame your front leg. Automatically tuck right toes, squeeze back knee. Right hand is super light as the left elbow bends. You open to the left and twist. Your left butt, your bent butt is wagging over to the right. As you are here, walk this left foot wide. You don't have to look at it, just settle it out wider on your mat. Soft bend left elbow, return your handprint down. Have both hands really squeezed on your mat. Add weight to the right heel. Take weight out of the left foot. The left toes point left. They pull back. Your knee sways out as in a half butterfly pose. This is your lizard, but it is so active. Squeeze your elbows. Shove on that right heel. The left heel has an energetic pull back. Let the inside of the thigh, inside of the shin bone, squeeze that left footprint back onto the floor. Be incredibly focused in the eyes, maybe a touch longer in the back leg. Take one of those push-ups. The elbows are tied together as you look down and bend arms. It's a straight up push up as you squeeze the elbows. Add cat pose to the mid-spine. Use the floorboards around you to swivel the left foot back. High plank. Low plank, bent fingers, upward dog, down dog. Just step into a squat. I'll use the opposite leg to start as the last time that I experienced this. So it's probably the same for you. Go left foot first. Butt down, elbows down, close your eyes. Touch fingertips down, squeeze kneecaps onto the legs, tuck chin, walk feet together. I'll walk back on my mat just so that you can see, bend your legs in folds. Take a few breaths, laying weight into the fingers, into the toes. A balance pose. Let your right knee bend into your face, your right heel detaches from the floor. Hang your arms, start to roll up. The right foot is coming with you. The left knee, the leg that's holding you is bent. Bend your knee towards the front of the room as you start to open your chest and your hands. Your butt does pull tablecloth of your body down as you reach up. You'll find that it's easy and it puts things together as you just straighten the left leg. Let your hands go forward. Basket grip this right knee like you did from the floor before. Squeeze your toes back. Suck your shoulders back. Let that right butt really sit into its place. You have this right shin bone deeply held. Do a quick posture check with upper body. And only for a moment, you push your hands into your shin bone. Pull your hands back into that shin bone. A good counter strength. You're moving into a standing figure four. Let the base leg, the leg that's holding you up, soften. Your hands break free, but you do guide, cradle, maneuver this right leg into your figure four shape. You did this on the floor on your back. The right point of your pointy outer ankle hits your bent thigh. Stick your hands out in front of you again with that turn, that counterbalance. As your arms reach, they help to associate the hips with that great lean back. But it's also a lot like a child's pose, like lengthening of your side body. Guts up, sit bones round, yet back. Your eyes can be forward or down. Lengthen out through that tablecloth of low back. Move hands in closer to this leg. You can help it up yet again. Push hard into the left footprint. Take the leg out of its spiral, stand into a muscular mountain pose. Add weight to your fingertips, open the hands, take a big stretch up. Add a latch of the hands up above you, push your palms up, spread the skin of the forearms, look up, maybe more of a back bend as the tablecloth of your butt goes down and under and the arms go high. Break hands apart, swim body forward and down into a deep standing forward fold, generous bend in knees. Left heel lifts, your knee bobs in towards your face. You hang over this bent leg, start to curl up, left leg coming with you. The slack of the right knee can pull your butt deeply under you. Your hands open, then eventually your head starts to rise. Before or during this reach up of the arms, the right leg, the leg that's holding you, becomes super straight. Left hip very down, chest up. Take hold of this knee with both hands, just like the other side. Make this moment more about your upper body's posture, heavy shoulders. Buckle the right knee, the knee that's holding you up. Your hands break off of their deep grip, and you're just maneuvering, helping, spinning into this figure four standing. Like in the beginning of class, you might even let the handprints move you into this decompression of the hips, the thigh bones slide out from pelvis, and then your working arms move forward, your butt sits back. You have this idea of child's pose in the long side body and arms, eyes forward or down. Guts very much up. Arms soften, cradle shin bone. The right foot gets deep, your knee squeezes, you help yourself out of the shape. Extended mountain pose. Get that left foot down. Try bobbing the knees forward to get your thickest leg. Squeeze hamstrings back, big reach, another grip of the hands above you. Push your palms up. Push the hands up so high that they begin to break. Jar the chin onto the throat. Stare into the room as you dive down yet again. Knees will bend. Your last pose is a forward fold. Widen your stance, hip width or beyond. Bend your knees a lot. Let's benefit the upper body while we're here. Lace the hands. Add flat back with laced hands. Your knees are buckled as in chair. The chest is in this back bend, this locust. Haul the guts in, heavy head, the looped hands stick up. Your neck falls down. You breathe against your own bent legs. Dominate weight into your toes. Stay as long as you need to. A good idea to take a flat back before you come out. Hang and then roll up. And this will complete your gardener's flow practice. Enjoy your time outside. Thanks.